Recording secretary, please take roll.
Ms. Allen?
Present.
Ms. Gage?
Present.
Ms. Sarmiento?
Present.
Ms. Jennifer Castañeda?
Present. Item 5A is presentations on the partnership with North Island Credit Union.
Yes, I'd like to invite our partner from North Island Credit Union, Ms. Nancy Banuelos Avalos, to come up to the podium. She's there, and talk a little bit about our growing partnership with North Island Credit Union.
Thank you, Dr. Brady. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nancy Banuelos. I am the Senior School and Community Development Officer with North Island Credit Union. And I just wanted to join your meeting because I want to introduce myself and I want to introduce the credit union for you. Nice to meet all of you. I have met some of you in person before, but it's great to see you again. So North Island Credit Union was originally funded in 1940. It used to be a military credit union base. In 2017, we merged with California Credit Union, which is formerly Los Angeles Teachers Credit Union. So we were funded by an LA teacher originally, and that's where our education support comes from. Those are our roots in education. Sorry. So that's what we're trying to do now. We're trying to bring that into San Diego County. We work with school districts all over the county, from Poway, and recently with National City. I had the pleasure to meet Dr. Brady, and I thought it will be a great opportunity for us to bring the support that you need and for So one of the things that we did was partner for your Read Across America writing contest. We were able to sponsor the books, so our logo is in the back. When we had our first meeting with Dr. Brady and she told us about this amazing contest, we thought that we just needed to be involved and make sure that we are here to support. At the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We're not here to sell anybody anything. We just want to be a resource for your teachers. We have products and services, yes. They're specifically geared towards their needs. We have programs like teacher grants, student scholarships that they can take advantage of. They don't have to be members of the credit union. We just want to make sure that they feel the support that we're trying to bring to them. And sorry, I'm missing something. But yeah, so I just want to give this to the members. Should I do that? Okay, maybe I'll remember what I was gonna say.
And while Nancy does that, not only does she have a copy of the Saudade book for each of the board members, we are currently in the process of developing this year's winner's book, and you will be getting a copy of that. She skipped you, Ms. Gates, because you get the entire collection, since this is your first year on the board that we've actually had the books ready. Each of the collections are going, since they were very popular at our schools and we were developing them before COVID, some of them are not full sets. So we talked to Nancy and her team and asked if they could buy us new sets so that we could get them actually cataloged and shelved. And so every one of our libraries are going to get brand new sets of books. Granger and National City Middle will get a set of books for their shelf. The National City Public Library will also get a set as well. And so we've talked to them about sponsoring our book each year. We're just super excited that these books can get published and checked out by all of our students and our city.
Yes, and once again, I just want to extend I want to give you all my information. I want to make sure that you know that we are here as a resource one more time. We are at the district level doing this, but we also support schools to, even if it's a teacher lunch, something like that, feel free to give out our information. We will be happy to do that. You have any questions for me or anything I can answer?
Just want to say thank you so much for all the support.
Of course, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for dinner. By the way, I've been a member for over 30 years.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Item 5B, we are going to postpone this item due to the availability of our presenters. So we'll see it on a later agenda. Item 6, public communications. Public communications provides the public with an opportunity to address the board regarding an item on the agenda or other topic. Anyone wishing to address the board shall submit a request for oral communications card. Or cards are available near the entrance to the boardroom and are to be submitted to the recording secretary. A member of the public who wishes to address the board on any matter is limited to 3 minutes for any matter, with a maximum of 5 minutes for all matters. There shall be a limit of 20 minutes for any matter unless such time limit is waived by the majority vote of the board. Members of the public may not yield any time to other speakers. No board action can be taken. So we have 3 speakers here today. Bella will be our first speaker.
Hello. Oh, dang, that's loud. I have noticed something in the school. You may be curious what I'm talking about. It's about the school. We're all separated. I am a 5th grader. I saw that 6th grade classes are on the left side, and on the right side is 4th or 3rd. My class is in that area. 5th grade classes are near the playground. It's obvious they want us separated. I don't know who they are. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Have you noticed that? Because I have. I want to tell you about how I felt when I noticed it. I felt upset and disappointed, and I need to leave my home school. It's pretty much what the heck, like why? In the 1950s, Ruby Bridges went to an all-white school, even though black kids weren't allowed. This is similar to what I'm saying about the school classes. I believe that we should be in the 5th grade area, and now I have to leave because I'm in SDC. It's messed up, I'm not gonna lie. This is crazy that 65 years ago, black kids were separated, and now it's 2022, and people are trying to separate us in SDC. I hope you can fix this. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Next, we have Marlene.
Hi, good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Brady to answering my email. It was about a week or a bit more since I was here in front of you all to be heard. Since then, I still feel the same way. My questions have not been answered. I had to reschedule my one-on-one, and thanks to Dr. Brady, my one-on-one got rescheduled. Literally, she replied to me that day at 11:54. At 11:57, Ms. Garcia sent me an email. Ms. Irigoyen, your one-on-one is Thursday, May 12th at 8 a.m. So it took that. It took an email out of me to send to you guys, to the board members, and I appreciate that time, especially you, Dr. Brady. Thanks to your reply, I got my one-on-one for tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow my questions get answers, and we'll see where we go from that. And I'm really proud of you, Bea, for speaking up and standing up here. I know it's not easy. And please take a look at this girl. Before coming to your school, she did not know how to read. She did not have this confidence. Your school, your system, your programs, your teacher made a difference in this school. Your school made a difference in this kid. And I'm so grateful for that, because you have no idea how proud I am of her. And I'm sorry. And what your school and your system has done for her. And I'm sorry, I'm not the person to get emotional in public, but I'm so proud of you and everything you have achieved here in National School District, in their school and their system. So I am truly grateful for that. And I hope we can keep working on our kids with special education. And once again, thank you very much for everything.
Thank you. Melanie?
I know some of you, so this is kind of fun. I'm wearing a different hat tonight. Let me start at the beginning. Melanie Ellsworth, 92154. Good evening, members of the board and Superintendent Brady. And is that being recorded? And all others then. We of the California Retired Teachers Association would like to add our voices to those honoring our fellow educators who have given so much during these extraordinary times. During the days of Zoom and the subsequent reopening of in-person delivery, teachers and staff have been forced onto a steep learning curve, reinventing every aspect of the classroom. We respectfully recognize, because it's so different from when I taught, that each has risen to the challenge with skill, determination, and an incredible amount of care and support for their students. We thank them for their hard work and send our heartfelt appreciation every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item 7, agenda. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
I will second. I apologize, I should have stated this first. Staff was requesting to pull item 8E2 for revision. This item will be brought back at a future meeting. So the motion by Ms. Sarmiento and the second by Ms. Dalla, would you be willing to revise your motion to pull item 8E2?
Yes, I'll revise the motion to pull item 8E2.
Ms. Dalla, the second the motion, would you?
Yes.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Please vote.
Hannah Cox for yes, when absent.
Thank you. Item 9, general functions, we have none. Item 10, educational services. Item 10A is to authorize district personnel property as disposal, obsolete, or surplus per California Education Code 17545-17555.
I'm sorry, what person I we did yesterday. We did accept the agenda and not to sign the agenda.
We did, I skipped the whole entire thing. Sorry, it's a new agenda for me, so we're trying to work through it and I missed the whole night. Okay, so moving on to item 8 is to approve consent agenda routine items of business. All items listed under the consent agenda are considered routine and will be acted upon in one action by the board. It is understood that the superintendent has recommended approval of these items. Please there will be no discussion prior to this time. The board votes on the motion unless members of the board, staff, or public request specific items to be discussed and or removed from the consent agenda. All items approved by the board will be deemed as considered in full and adopted as recommended. Can I get a motion?
I move to accept the consent agenda with the exception of 8.E.2.
I'll second that.
Okay. So we have a motion by Mrs. Dalla and a second by Mrs. Gates. Please vote.
Hannah Cox for yes, when absent.
Thank you. Moving on to item 9. Again, general functions, and we have none. Educational services, item 10. Item 10A, authorize district personnel property as disposal, obsolete, and surplus per California Code 17545-17555. Can I get a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? None, please vote.
Okay, passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
Item 11, Human Services. (11A) is to approve number CT 3939 with San Diego County Office of Education and National School District to enter into an intern agreement. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? Ms. Gates?
I'm wondering if our interns are paid.
Our interns are paid. They are just like our regular teachers are paid.
Just remembering some painfully thin days as an unpaid intern back in the day. So
This specific agreement that we are entering into would allow our interns to be teacher of record.
just making sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions? Okay. Now please vote.
That passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you. Item 15B is conduct public hearing pursuant to Government Code Section 3457 regarding the initial proposal from National School District to the National City Elementary Teacher Association. The board will now This public hearing is now open. The board will now hear comments from any members of the public who wish to speak on this matter. As part of this hearing, we will make a brief statement. Dr. Hernandez?
Yes, I would just like to read the articles that the district will like to sunshine. Article 6, hours, add language for occasions and early release Thursdays. Article 10, class size, add language for class size. Article 14, health and welfare benefits, no increase in contribution. Article 15, salaries, no increase in contribution. And Article 24, enrichment, add language to clarify teacher duties, schedules, daily week assignments.
Do any of our members have any questions? Okay, just to clarify, the item was 11B. Not sure if I said that correctly. Okay. If no questions, no comments, this public hearing is now closed. Item 11C is to adopt initial proposal from the National School District to open negotiations with the National City Elementary Teachers Association. Dr. Hernandez, do you have anything?
No, at this time, I just ask that the board adopt the initial proposal so we can open up negotiations.
I move to adopt initial proposal from National School District to NCTA, with the NCTA.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Just a reminder that we always have a starting place. Can't have a discussion without a starting place. So,
Thank you. So we have a motion and a second. Please vote.
Okay, passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you. Item 11D, we will conduct public hearing pursuant to Government Code Section 3547 regarding initial proposal from the National School District to the California School Employees Association and its Chapter 206. This public hearing is now open. The board will now hear comments from any members of the public who wish to speak on this matter. Do you have any comments? No? As part of this hearing, we will make a brief statement. Dr. Hernandez?
Yes, I'd like to propose that National School District proposes to sunshine Article 12, health and welfare benefits, no change in contribution.
Thank you. Do any of the members have any questions? Comments? This public hearing is now closed. Item 11E is to adopt initial proposal from the National School District to open negotiations with the California School Employees Association and its Chapter 206. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
In a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? No, please vote.
Yeah, it passes 4 yes, 1 absent.
Thank you. Item 11F is to approve job description for Coordinator, Educational Services, Comprehensive State Literacy Grant. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the job description.
Do I have a
I'll
second?
second that.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Yes, I do. Just for clarification, I'd like to know if, when we post this position, is this position going to be posted as temporary since it's being funded through a grant?
Yes, the position will be labeled as a grant funded. And so it will include the number of years and no grant, so the beginning and the ending date. Also, I just wanted to mention that we do have a guest speaker today that will be speaking not just on the job description, but on some background information on the Comprehensive State Literacy Grant that you approved. So if you wouldn't mind having him come up and speak right now. His name is Jorge Cuevas Antellon. I'm going to read his title, very long title. He is the District Advisor, Curriculum and Instruction, Multilingual Education and Global Achievement Department Learning and Leadership Division at the San Diego Office of Education, at the County San Diego Office of Education. I hope I got that right.
Yes, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me come down. I'm here also as a broader member of the community. I do live here in the South, and most of the South County districts are very much my charge. What you may not know is I'm also, I serve on the board of Community Housing Works, and we built the Paradise Creek location that is, helping our families here in the city. And we are also responsible for the complexes and the proposal for more complexes down at the Kimball Senior Center area, which we know will help because housing stabilizes families, which enables economic power that eventually translates into even more effective schooling opportunities for kids as their homes are stabilized. So I've come down here basically to speak about the grant that you've already approved and to recognize a few things. I have a slide deck, but maybe it's overboard. There are 3 goals in your LCAP that actually directly align to the CLSD grant, what we're calling Uplift Literacy. That's the name of the project, Uplift Literacy. So among those are a focus on English learners. You have more than 53% English learners, and that is one of the reasons why we wanted to be in partnership with you, because you have a population that you are already targeting for supporting with language arts and literacy. Another reason we're here is that you're looking to also pay attention to data sets and be supportive of your school so that you can notice how things are going. Your focus on content area literacy, those also coincide with the grant. We have an effective partnership and have been serving your district in multiple ways. And we feel a kinship with your various departments, including all the excellent work going on in your educational services office. Personally, I'm always appreciative of anything that's happening on our part of the county because I know we are high needs communities and we are deserving of extra resources. The grant does come with a stipulation, which is that you have a district champion, an administrator that is responsible for a lot of things that are super important. So the MOU specifies that you have a number of schools. You're about to have 4 schools this year who are participating in the grant, and it will be 5 schools by next year. So the person who is your district champion, your coordinator, will have responsibility for interacting with all of the site principals who would be engaged with the grant, all of the teachers, so there'll be 16 this year and there'll be 20 teachers next year. These are the ones who are intensively working with the grant. It'll also mean that the library person, whether it be a library tech or also a library teacher, depending on how you set it up, would be involved. Most importantly, our job is not to tell you what to do as a school district. The grant itself is meant to allow a community to transform itself on its own initiatives that it deems best for supporting students who are learning language and learning literacy. So in essence, your coordinator would be shepherding your district's plan for literacy, not our plan, but whatever you believe needs to happen in concert with whatever is in your LCAP and what you're supporting with LCFF. The state is reticent to having that kind of position come from the county office of education. In other words, for us assigning a person to you. The spirit of the grant is that you take accountability for actually making your own transformation happen as you see fit for your community. And so it's super important, and that's why it's in the MOU, that you have a designated district champion that goes around and supports. There are several administrative duties. You have to make sure all the stipends go to the teachers. You have to ensure that the library person is involved. You have to make sure that the books that are being purchased for your school libraries are reflective of the cultures and the diversity of your school students. You have to also ensure that your district plan is resonating and will continue past the life of the grant itself. And so there's a legacy that's expected here that hopefully will build into what you already see as a path that you're taking for your community. And our job is just to shepherd. So we're offering things like communities of practice where the administrators, the teachers, the library specialists are working together to problem solve around whatever it is their district charge around literacy. In addition, the grant comes with significant support for family literacy. So somebody has to coordinate, be the interface for recruiting families to participate in various family literacy opportunities that we're offering both in person and also virtually, depending on the context of the school. We're targeting families that normally don't have access to book, and for their participation in the family literacy, the families get books, which of course makes sense. So, because we believe in literacy, it's the whole point of the grant. And we're also going to expand the grant this year to entice families to participate, because if they participate in the family literacy events that are being organized by our wonderful early education colleagues, because we have a whole unit responsible for early education, they will also get more books, classroom library books for their classrooms. So it's a win-win for both the school and the family itself. So there are a number of things to monitor that have to do with making sure all of the various educational partners, teachers, the union, the parents, the other administrators, and then the district plan as a whole, meaning your LCAP and then your specific plans around educational improvement, are being held cohesively. And that is why we're asking you to please take responsibility for hiring the district champion that you need. I'm not sure if there are other questions. There was a couple of things I had to present to show why you're an excellent fit for us. So we would rather that you stay with us with the grant, because we're worried that if it doesn't happen, that it falls apart, and then we have to take back the funds and look for another district, which is not what we want. That's definitely not what I want. I would love for the grant to stay here with you and to do whatever you think is in the best interest of your own community. So I'm here to speak on behalf of the value of making sure that someone is your district champion. And I'm ready for questions if there are any about the grant and its intention.
You mentioned something about the county assigning someone to us?
That would have been an alternative that we could have explored, where we would hire, which doesn't make sense to me, but we could have hired a person to be your coordinator. But it's, first of all, awkward, and then the state did not like it. So, because we were saying, we'd like to help the district, blah, blah, blah. They said the intention of the grant is for the community itself to set up its own solution. We don't want to feel like you're accountable for what's going on. It's supposed to be a demonstration grant. That's what the state got the money for. And our goals are to support both American Indian students, which some of our communities have, some of other districts, and then English learners in particular. And we're trying to showcase that the districts can and do improve themselves with their own work. And we already see you as poised to do that. We're fully convinced that this is the right place for the grant. So no, we do not want to hire a coordinator. At this point, the state is frowning upon that. So I hope that you take the opportunity to hire your own district champion from within or externally, however you feel like doing it.
Well, and this is not unusual or anything. This is common practice. You have someone who oversees a grant, whether it's at the college level, whether it's at our level, whether it's a science research grant. Someone has to oversee to make sure that we're being accountable and is set aside for that. So
Yes, I myself have been on grants that are short-lived, but I love it because they usually are projects that are above and beyond and meant to support marginalized students. And so it is the exact kind of exciting position to make sure you have a champion that really does believe in kids and teachers, in your community, in your families. And so it's your chance to get someone who you think can really take your agenda forward in the way you see fit. And the grant is just supportive of that. And it's not unusual for people to take a temporary position. So, I got pink slipped many a time when budget things happen. It's just part of the game. So if you're doing good job and good work, the district will see your value and will keep you after the grant, and possibly other opportunities will open up. So I think a lot of your excellent employees will jump at the chance.
Well, you're correct that we are poised and ready to accept the program.
That's great. Okay, well, I'm very happy to hear that you're interested, and I'm really hoping you go forward and stick with the grant.
thank you so much.
Okay, we have a first and a second. If no additional discussion, please vote.
That passes 4 yes, one absent.
Thank you.
Sir.
Yes,
All right.
I beg your pardon.
I don't know him yet, so it's sir.
No, just Jorge, please, just Jorge. So I was Mr. Jorge at a school.
Sorry.
So I got called Mr. Cornhead sometimes. Mr. Cornhead, because it sounds like Jorge. So it works.
No, honestly, I'm just thanking you for your joy.
Oh, thank you.
Honestly, for seeing our community and our kids and presenting this with joy for their possibilities.
Thank you. I do believe in you. I think really National is going to go places, and we want to be your partners to showcase why and how it can happen. So I'm very pleased to be part of the community tonight, to be able to tell you that you're doing right by your kids, and I'm just very proud of all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving on to item 12, business services. Item 12A is to approve the Citizens Bond Oversight Committee Measure HH bylaws. Mr. Evanescence?
Thank you. So the board took action in June of last year to assign a Measure HH committee, a Citizens Bond Oversight Committee, but there was never action taken in the past to approve the bylaws for the committee. The bylaws were approved for the previous committee, but not for the Measure HH committee. So we have a committee, but they don't have bylaws. So today we're taking action to approve the bylaws for the committee.
Thank
So
you.
who authors the bylaws?
The bylaws are generally based on the law of the state of what the committee does. It's just pretty much verbatim from the previous committee, but we follow what the state law is for what the responsibilities for the Bond Oversight Committee are.
So we're just confirming the state bylaws.
Correct, basically.
Thank you. Do we have any additional questions? Okay, can I get a motion to approve the Citizens Bond Oversight Committee Measure HH bylaws?
So moved.
In a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Please vote.
That passes 4 yes, one absent.
Thank you. Item 13, board communications. Stella?
Thank you, Madam President. Well, I'd like to take this moment to thank Ms. Panuelo Avalos from North Island Credit Union for stopping by and for their partnership with National School District. I think that partnerships such as this one are a very positive experience for both the community, the school district, and for the business itself. And also, I'd like to thank Ms. Owens and Ms. Schloss. Oh, no, they didn't come. They didn't come. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Gates?
It's past tense, but I want to honor all of those who, whether your official title is mother or just big sis or the person who takes care of me and wakes me, is there when I wake up in the middle of the night. And sometimes that's not a mom, sometimes that's an auntie, and sometimes it's a dad and whoever it is. But this weekend and yesterday have reminded us once again to be thankful for the people who nurture and care for our children. So I want to specifically say we are thankful for you. We have, I think, 19 days left of school now. I'm not keeping track or anything. And so, sixth graders, as you are warming up for that promotion event of yours, stay focused. You still have those 19 days left. But I also want to throw in there, you never know what you're going to do next. You could turn into a Las Palmas and Ira Harbison graduate, we think matriculator, who actually goes to UC Berkeley, gets her master's in public health, and might just be my daughter this time. There's no telling what you can do. Carissa Gillette, it used to be Carissa Gates, is graduating this weekend. So the things we're thankful for, and I'll throw a quick shout out, Miss Jordan, Mrs. Wirt, Mrs. Puentes, and Miss Maurer for speaking into her life while she was here in National School District. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Sarmiento?
Thank you. I'd just like to say that Granger Junior High School had their awards breakfast this morning, and it was brought to my attention that the majority of the students receiving awards were from Palmer Way Elementary School. I'm very proud of our kids.
Thank you. Mr. Benitez?
Thank you. Yesterday was my 1-year anniversary with National School District. I just want to say thank you. I don't know where the year went, to be honest, but it's been a great year to all my colleagues, the board. I've honestly never worked at a better place. I've really had a great year. And I'm thankful for being here, for the people around me, for all the people I work with. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Hernandez?
Yes, I would just like to thank the board for passing the resolutions to celebrate our certificated staff, our classified staff, and our administrators. Like you said, 19 days, and I'm sure they're counting them down, but I know that have really invested time into their school sites and their students and their families. So thank you for that. It's an opportunity to celebrate them and thank them for all that they do. I'd also like to wish a happy birthday to Ms. Sarmiento and to Dr. Brady.
Thank you. Dr. Kraft?
I do want to start with birthday wishes to Dr. Brady and Ms. Sarmiento. Happy birthday. I would like to thank Jorge. But he's a very long title. He has a long last name too. I'm just going to call him Jorge for coming, and for all the staff at SDCOE with their partnership with National. It's evident to me in our work that they are very passionate. It's a very personal and passionate component that when they come asking if we would partner with them, they're very committed to our district, and I just really appreciate it. And then last, as we are in the throes of CAS testing, our upper grade teachers, LPAC testing, all teachers, I just want to thank the school sites and the administration for, it was definitely a different year, but for their perseverance and for their positivity in getting through it.
Ms. Gates?
I forgot that last Friday night I was part of the cruising on National down here in Highland, and I did not say thank you to the National City Council and Marcus Bush for opening that up and inviting me to be present. And I did not say thank you, and I want to make sure I do, to the United Lowriders Coalition, Jovita and Marisa, for letting us do that and honoring the school district with the invitation. And also especially to Marissa for letting me ride in her absolutely gorgeous car, which I was almost afraid to touch. That was fun. If you missed it, it's June 3rd for the next one.
I just wanted to say happy birthday to Alma and to Dr. Brady.
Dr. Brady.
I hope that each of you received your mailer for the National School District in the mail. And I just wanted to thank our one-year veteran, Mr. Avanesians, for working with me closely on that mailer. That was great. It was nice to finally do it. We should make it a tradition every year. I wanted to invite all of the board members to our traveling exhibit that will be unveiled at the library on Thursday, May 19th at 4 p.m. We will have staggered arrivals of our guests. We'll do our first one with our English students that recorded when they are with their families in the library looking at the posters. Then our Spanish narrators will come with their families and we will repeat the reception, but we're going to have the step and repeat, the red carpet rolled out. I heard there might be some balloons. We're really excited to celebrate. We didn't get our birthday party, but our students have come through with a celebration that will be unmatched. So we're excited to have that. And we hope that you all can be there, or at least stop by. Again, I'd like to wish our classified staff for next week a very happy classified employees week. And of course, we celebrated our teachers and our certificated last week. And later in the month, we'll do our administrators. Thank you for those resolutions. And then just congratulations to those of you who have children that are graduating, those of you who have children that have birthdays, and happy birthday to Ms. Sarmiento.
Thank you. Yes, I would like to congratulate Clarissa
Yeah.
for her graduation. It's always nice to hear about our students, our former students, and congratulations to you. Happy anniversary, Mr. Evanezian. So now you're like 22 because last year for your birthday. Now it's 22 because it's the 1 year from there. Yeah. And happy Classified Staff Week to our very dedicated and very much loved classified staff. I appreciate all their hard work and everything they do for our students in our district. Thank you to Nancy Banuelos Avalos from North Atlantic Credit Union for their commitment to our district, their partnership. It's always nice to be able to see the value that they put into us because we do definitely value what they for everything for our students. And Mr. Jorge, is it Cuevas? Okay. So, Mr. Jorge. I'm not saying his title. Okay, it was already said, but thank you. You can just feel the passion. And I thank you, Dr. Hernandez, for having him here because you can just feel it. And it's, I was excited to hear how they wanted to partner with us. And I look forward to hear and see all the greatness that our district has and will continue to be shining on. And happy birthday to Dr. Brady and Ms. Sarmiento. I know that we usually have to celebrate on somebody's birthday, and I guess you guys got the day off this year. Happy belated Mother's Day to everybody, whether you celebrated on Sunday or yesterday. Wish everybody a happy belated Mother's Day. And last but not least, I would like to wish my son, today is his 22nd birthday, a very happy birthday. And unfortunately, I had to miss a few hours of being with him, but I will be with him soon to celebrate his 22nd birthday. So with that, I just want to say love you. With that, we will now be adjourned.
They can be in the minutes.